What's up, weirdos? It's Jay Kraft, your last chance to evacuate planet Earth before it is recycled. And I am back with a nice, mellow, love-themed FAQ, baby. Feedback and questions. Fuck you! Seems like most of my FAQ things come almost immediately after I do an FAQ. Seems to inspire people to contribute more and to ask more questions, and it's fun. I like doing it. I love the FAQs, and I guess because Valentine's Day passed not too long ago, people have been, I guess there's a little bit of a theme to this one, a little bit of love type of things, some dating inquiries, some sort of, you know, different kind of FAQs, and also someone calling me a pretentious douchebag. So be prepared for that one. That's a little preview for you. Coming soon, someone calling me a pretentious douchebag in our Fuck You. But if you want to get in on some of these FAQ episodes, submit some of your feedback and questions. There's many different ways to do it. You can find me on Twitter/X, jcraft247. You can DM me on there or just tag me in a post, I guess. If you don't pay for Twitter and don't want to pay to message somebody, that's fine. I don't pay for Twitter either. Instagram, Universe of Weirdos on Instagram, or also planetwnba@gmail.com. Those are your different ways that you can reach out to me. You can also probably comment it on YouTube or comment underneath whatever. Anything. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, I know I said on the next FAQ I was going to fill everybody in on the nice copyright strike that I had to go through where somebody tried to take my podcast feed away, which they weren't going to take the podcast feed away. It was going to end up like me deleting that whole episode, basically, if I really had to. But I won. It was a Dutch DJ named Anger Fist who used that Casey Kasem Dead Dog audio as part of one of his songs and then decided to copyright strike me to say that I used his lyrics. So I don't know how that's supposed to work. And not on my watch. I didn't let that happen. I appealed it to my podcast provider. They looked it over, and within, I think they had like 14 days or something they were allowed to respond, and within just a couple of days they were like, yeah, this is silly. Like, this guy doesn't own that copyright. If anybody owned that copyright, it would be like Clear Channel or like CBS Radio or something like that. I don't remember where Casey Kasem originally worked, but I just don't think that it would be an electronic dance music DJ. I just don't think that he would copyright Casey Kasem's voice. So of course I won. But yeah, I just, I've alluded to it in past episodes, and no big deal. We're here to stay. I will always fight dumb, frivolous things like that because I certainly know fair use. I know you're not allowed to use somebody's songs, but you can certainly react to outtake audio and stuff like that. That's fucking stupid. But I do have a response to the very last FAQ that I did where I was talking about how angry I was at this. And I was like, if you guys want to submit your questions in electronic dance music form, you can just put your question to a beat and say something like, what's your favorite movie? And so Seth responded with, so what is your favorite movie? And what is with this new see ya sign off that you're doing at the end? My favorite movie of all time, Seth, is Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I know I could easily give you The Godfather. I do think The Godfather is one of the best movies ever made. My personal favorite movie ever, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I don't know. I enjoyed it so much as a kid. I've rewatched it as an adult and still love it. It's got a great message to it, man. Sometimes in life, laughter is all you have. So I love it. I love Who Framed Roger Rabbit. My favorite movie ever. What is with the new see ya sign off? That is a nod to Ron and Fez. I guess it would be Fez Whatley more than anything. Ron and Fez was my favorite radio show ever. I've done a Ron and Fez replay. I have a few more of those planned in the next coming weeks too, listening and reacting to some old Ron and Fez clips. But yeah, I mean, Fez Whatley is a guy who I really loved in radio. He is no longer with us. He has since passed on. He didn't really take care of himself health wise, and he died. So his thing at the end of all of his episodes, he'd always go, "See ya." So I decided I'll just, as a little way of honoring Fez Marie Watley, I decided I'd not do a nice little "see ya" right there at the end, just for fun. I don't know, Seth. If you guys don't like it, I can stop doing it. I don't give a shit. But I didn't think anybody would care. It's the last thing that you hear before it fades off into music. Okay, so Tyler wants to know, I like this question a lot. Tyler, are there any words that bother you? My mom hates the word moist, and my dad gets annoyed when people say hysterical. Are there any words that just annoy you because they exist? Now, I kind of agree with your dad because I think it was Louis C.K. who said that he hated the word hysterical because he said that he overheard two kids and one of them was like, "Hey, I saw Jenny at the store the other day." And the other guys responded with, "That's hysterical." When he's like, dude, that's not the proper use of that word. Hysterical means something so funny you're going to go crazy because of it. So, like, you can't just say, like, something that's slightly little, like, somewhat amusing, you turn into hysterical. Like, so, yeah, I get it. I get it. But, I mean, moist, everybody hates the word moist. Are there any words that just annoy you because they exist? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Glowed. I don't like the word, the past tense of glow. I don't know why it doesn't sound right to me when somebody says it glowed. Like, I feel like the word should be like glown or glue or something like GLEW or something like that. But like, I don't know. Glowed doesn't sound right to me. It's never sounded right to me. Agreeance. Agreeance has always been a word I will refuse to this day to tell you that it's an actual word. That agreeance is not a word. We are never in agreeance. We're in agreement. You can come up to me and show me in a dictionary that agreeance is an actual word, and I will still look at you and go, "No, it ain't. You typed that up and put that in there. That's not. I don't know why. That's just another one of those words that sounds silly to me. It's never sounded right. Agreeance, I don't like. And then there are like phrases that I really hate. Methinks. Methinks there's something going on here. Oh, do you fucking Jar Jar Binks? Methinks. It just sounds so stupid. And funnily enough, I can't stand that fucking phrase. Funnily enough. I hear it in like YouTube videos a lot. Well, funnily enough. And it's like, dude, funnily? Who does something funnily? When was the last time you described something that was humorous as, he did that. The way that he did it in such, it was very funnily the way that he did. No, you don't say it, do you? Funnily enough is the stupidest fucking phrase in the history of human language. Let's see. Also, Tyler wants to know, do you and your ex-wife, I don't have an ex-wife, do you and your wife ever have to deal with drama with exes? How do you get her exes to leave her alone? Maybe I'm asking, quote unquote, for a friend. Okay. No, we don't. I don't. We're over 40, dude. We don't have ex drama. If we did have ex-boyfriend drama in our 40s, there would be a severe problem in our marriage. I mean, I've dealt with that with previous relationships, but when I was a lot younger, and I don't. How do you get them to leave? You don't. You don't get the exes to leave her alone. She's supposed to tell the exes leave me alone. Like, it's not. I'm in a relationship now. Respect it. Give me some space. Respect my man that I'm with now, and don't try to hook up with me anymore. I don't know. Here's the thing, though, is Tyler, I know that you're in high school because you've written to me several times in the past, and I think that you're, a junior in high school. If you're dealing with ex-boyfriend drama right now, just dump her, dude. I hate to say that. I know people don't like to break up, and breaking up is hard to do and all of that stuff, but when you're that young, dude, a relationship should not be any sort of kind of work. When you're older, a relationship can be a lot of work. When you're in a committed marriage and there are all kinds of responsibilities that you have to share, stuff like that, there's things that you're going to have to compromise on. You're going to have to work through. You're going to have to, come together on and get some understanding with one another. When you're 17 years old and you have to go, hey, can you tell your ex-boyfriend to leave you alone? You don't need that shit. You're not going to marry this person, chances are. So don't deal with the drama. Don't deal with that at 17 years old. I don't know. How do you get exes? Have you ever had to deal with drama with your exes with your wife? No. I mean, I've had it before where, yeah, I've had ex-girlfriends who it's like, hey, who's texting you right now? They're blowing you up. Oh, it's just one of my exes seeing if I like want to hang out. And it's like, oh, well, tell him no. I'm just going to ignore it. No, tell him no. Don't ignore it because dudes are dumb. Dudes don't think that somebody ignoring them means they're not interested. I have seen it. I've seen several. I've had female friends in the past show me cringy ass conversations that they've had with dudes on the internet of like, hey, look at this guy. This guy every few weeks sends me, hey, beautiful on Facebook, even though I never answer him. He has sent me about 75 messages in the past year and a half that just say, hey, beautiful, and I've never answered. So, yeah, dude, guys can get fucking creepy. So, yeah, it's up to her. You just tell them, fucking leave me alone. Like, fuck off. Like, I don't want to hear from you while I'm with this dude. If we break up and things don't work out and I want to get back with you, I will. So I don't know, dude, it's not up to you. It's up to her to tell them, leave me the fuck alone. Jay, hey, I like your name. Jay Craft. Jay, though, not J. Craft. The J stands for Johnny. I'll be real with you. My name's Johnny, but I go by J Craft because it's easy. Do you like Winter Olympics at all? I don't get it. Brothers don't luge. Okay. So I'm guessing you're black. Either that or you're just making a very strange racial statement for no reason. I do like some Olympic things. Like some of it's cool, like watching hockey and things of that nature. Even sometimes watching like curling and stuff is kind of fun, but no, for the most part, I'm with you. I don't find the Winter Olympics to be all that interesting. Yeah, you don't really see too many brothers out there luging. A Jamaican bobsled team is always like a fucking novelty. You really don't see a whole lot of black people in the Winter Olympics, do you? That's a rich, white, privileged fucking Olympics. It's just like who the fuck ski? Like that's the thing is, yeah. I mean, I guess it's these are kind of the Winter Olympics are kind of racist, aren't they? I mean, I'm not going that far. I'm not making the statement that the Winter Olympics are racist, but it is like they are notoriously white people sports and rich white people sports, by the way. Like, I never grew up with the fucking opportunity to learn how to ski, let alone be a downhill ski fucking this whatever slope and a competitive snowboarder. I don't know how the fuck you learn how to luge if you want to. So, yeah, man, I don't know. It is a bunch of white privilege sports there in the Olympics. So, I don't know. I'm right there with you. I have never seen a brother luge. Denise, you have a nice voice. Oh, thank you, Denise. That's so nice of you. Say I have a nice voice. I love it. You have a nice voice. Do you sing? If you can talk, you can sing. I have a glorious singing voice. No, I mean, not in any sort of like, I've sang for like bands, like little bands that like we've never really performed anywhere, but like, you know, like little garage bands. I've taken to some karaoke every now and then. But nah, I'm not much of a singer there, Denise. But I can hold my own. Well, yeah, I got a decent voice. Whatever. I've done musical theater in the past. I've done a few musical theater productions back in my time. A little bit of Willy Wonka and all of that good stuff. So I can belt out a tune if I need to. But no, I don't typically sing. Sammy, I would love to hear your take on incels. Why? I mean, they're fucking losers. We all know that incels are losers, right? Like, doesn't it stand for intentionally celibate? That's what incel stands for? Because for whatever reason, I always thought it was unintentionally celibate. Like, girls just won't fuck them no matter what. And so they're unintentionally celibate and they hate women. But no, like that's the incel thing, right? Is like I hate broads. They're the all women are whores type of guys, even though they don't ever get laid. So it's like, oh, every woman is a fucking whore. It's like, oh, really? Well, then why do none of them ever fuck you? Because it's because they don't fucking like people like you. I don't know. And then they get this weird complex too, right? Of like this weird alpha male complex, but they hate women, but they also think that they're alpha males. I don't get it either. Like, you would think that somebody who's just out there slaying a lot of pussy would be considered alpha males to these guys, right? But not them. They think that hating women is what makes you cool. And I've never understood that. I guess it's because I've never had a problem talking to women. Like, it's not even like a I've always been able to get laid type of thing. It's just like I've never been intimidated by speaking to a female. Like, I've never, like, sometimes you talk to people with no intention of fucking them. And I think that's what these guys' problems are, is every woman they talk to, they think that it's got to end in the bedroom. And when it doesn't, they're like, fucking bitch. She probably likes a guy with a lot of money. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Fucking go make some money. I don't know. Like, why can't you just try to be the guy that you get upset about because they get all the women or whatever? Like, why? There's a roadmap to be able to do this. Like, you can get women, fellas, I promise you. But I don't know. I have such a weird thing with incels. Like, they do bother me. They bother me quite a bit. And Sammy, I think that you know why, because you're an old friend of mine from a place where we've lived where it got shot up by an incel. I don't know if you remember that, but the old UCSB campus in Santa Barbara, it was a convenience store that I went to all the time, and Sammy, I'm sure you did too. Where that fucking weirdo, what's his name, fucking, that became an incel king to all these fucking losers, shot the place up because no girls ever wanted to fuck him. Dude, if you can't get laid in Santa Barbara, then you can't get laid at all. Like, I am sorry, but that was the easiest fucking time I've ever had getting women, was going to UCSB. But yeah, I mean, I think that it's weird because, like, we all, like, I don't know. It's hard to be a guy sometimes, right? And I know that sounds so fucking stupid, but like, they're navigating the waters of being like a man, quote unquote. It can be awkward because you got so many different things coming. You got to treat women like shit. You got to show no emotion. You all of this stuff. But then you got other people that everybody's talking at the same time, right? Telling you what you need to do and what you do. And I think what it really boils down to, and you realize this as you get older, is that, like, yes, you should be an alpha male. But what that means is you should be an alpha male of your own domain. Not that you're the biggest swinging dick in every room that you walk in, but you got to be the alpha male of your own life, right? You got to be able to assess every situation that you go through and know that you're in control of that situation. And I don't know, like, alpha male is such a douchey term to use, and I won't use that term because I'm about to read a feedback that calls me a douchebag. But you know, like, it's a matter of, like, controlling your own domain and knowing what to do in a certain situation. Like, you know, if your car breaks down, you don't want to just go, oh God, fucking never gonna be able to drive again. Like, you at least know that, like, if I can't fix it myself, I got to get somebody that can. I can call a fucking mechanic. I can do whatever. It's about controlling your own domain. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I guess. But I just, the incel thing is weird. It's super weird. Dan, my old buddy, he sent me a lot of stuff here. Where's the part where you call me a douchebag? There's a decent amount of stuff that he sent me. They're all indifferent. Okay, what's your favorite music of all time? By the way, calling yourself an audiophile is the same thing as calling yourself a pretentious douchebag. Yeah, I agree with you. When I said I'm kind of an audiophile when I was talking about MP3 players last FAQ, I did cringe a little bit after, like, inside after I said it. I was like, dude, I just said I was an audiophile. Like, no, I just like good music. I like good quality sound and all. I like a nice kicking pair of headphones and a nice good pair of speakers. Like, I don't like compressed garbage. I don't know. Let's see. what's your favorite music of all time? Some of my favorite musicians of all time, people like Tom Waits. I like Van Morrison. I like all kinds of music, by the way. It's not like just pigeonholing me into a certain thing. You know, I like Pink Floyd a lot. I like Sam Cooke. Johnny Cash is another guy that I like quite a bit. There's all kind of Bob Dylan, you know, like Outkast. I like Outkast. Jay-Z's got a lot of great albums. Biggie, Notorious B.I.G., Nas. I get Etta James, fucking Nina Simone. What else do you want, man? Miles Davis. There's so many different ones. But let's see. Would you trade lives with someone from the 27 Club? Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Cobain, etc. I think Kurt Cobain died when he was 28. Where you have ultimate legacy success, burn out quick. And also, what musical bio do they need to make next? No, I would not trade my life with someone from the 27 Club, which, for those that don't know, the 27 Club, a lot of famous people have died at 27. Like a lot of people that left a great legacy. I think Jimi Hendrix was one, Jim Morrison. I think maybe that dude from Sublime, Janis Joplin. I'm trying to think of all the other ones. I think Kurt Cobain was 28 or 29, though. I don't think that he was in the 27 thing. But no, I wouldn't. Like, because I'm 40 now. I've outlived these people by like 13 years. And it's like, I have plenty of life left to live. I'm not finished living life. And I don't think that if I had a major amount of success in my 20s, I would be just done. So no, I wouldn't trade spots with anyone that died at 27 years old for pretty much any reason. So no, I don't think I would do that. What musical bio do they need to make next? I don't know. I would like to see a Tom Waits or a Van Morrison. Something like that. I know that they're making a Beatles one of like all four Beatles and they're going to Avengers that shit somehow. So that's kind of weird, but they made a Neil Diamond not a documentary, but a biopic where like Hugh Jackman played Neil Diamond. Who the fuck was asking for that? Who needs to see Song Sung Blue? Fucking Neil Diamond. Turn on your heart light. Let it shine wherever you go. That was a Neil Diamond song that he wrote for E.T. So there you go. There you go, Denise. There's me singing a little bit for you. Dan also wants to know, WrestleMania is right around the corner. We're going to need some wrestling content again. I will be providing wrestling content again very soon. I have a reaction video I'm going to make to some wrestling promos. I'm also going to do a couple episodes of Wrestling with Criminals on the old road to WrestleMania. So I'm right there with you, man. I'm there. I'm trying to line up something with a wrestling school that one of my buddies runs to just, come down and talk to him and maybe interview some of his students. Maybe do like a promo contest with his students or something. I don't know. We'll figure out something like that. And also, if you have your boxing match in Davenport, I can set up the venue and give $1,000 to the winner. I'm not boxing anyone. Where the fuck did this come from? I'm not going to box Anger Fist. I'm not going to box Stuttering John or Opie. I'm not doing it. I'm not falling into your stupid ass trap. Get in the ring with me, Anger Fist. This time, I'm going full force. I'm not doing it. We're not boxing anybody. Did you give up on making video content? For the time being. Like, the YouTube thing doesn't really interest me. I know that it's a good way. It's a very good way to monetize really early and really easily. I don't know. I don't want to do the video thing, and then you have to schedule it, and it's just, I don't know. It's a whole different set of effort that I have to put in, and I already spread myself very thin throughout the week with just my regular responsibilities. So I'm not giving up on it completely, but I am putting it on the back burner for now, and I don't know. There might be some video content at some point this year, but no, I don't know. Dawn sent me this at planetwnba@gmail.com, and I'm pretty sure this is a feedback from my other podcast, Planet W, which is a WNBA podcast. So if you like women's basketball on a professional level, give it a listen and subscribe on all of your podcast platforms. But Dawn says, I love women's basketball. gigantic Tennessee fan, but I always feel icky saying we as if I am part of the team. I still catch myself saying it all the time, though. Yeah, I do it too with like when I'm talking about the Indiana Fever with people or on Planet W. I'll be like, yeah, we're going in there. And it's like, well, we don't really go to practice and we aren't necessarily part of the team. We didn't have a box score last game, so maybe we should shut the fuck up. But no, I get it. I don't know. It's just easier to say, right? Because like that's the team that I root for. I'm part of their fan base, so I guess it's a collective we the fans. We the fans want to. So maybe that's how we need to look at it when we say we when we're talking about our sports teams. Yeah, man, we really went out there and won the Super Bowl. We did because you just sat at home and watched it on your drunk ass. So, yeah, it's a funny one though. I'm gonna read that one on Planet W as well with the next one that I do with my brother. But yeah, it's hilarious. The we. The royal we. We are not part of this team. We were not drafted. We don't practice with them. So, I don't know. Steve wrote me about the Colts and shit. Are you ever going to cover other Colts too? Maybe you won't do the Jonestown tape. Your grammar is atrocious. I'm trying to clean this up. Are you ever going to cover other Colts too? Maybe you won't do the Jonestown tapes, but there are plenty of weird cults out there that didn't poison kids. Bonus question, do you consider Mormons or Scientology to be cults? I'm going to maybe not touch that one, but I mean, kind of. When you have a very bizarre set of beliefs that go beyond like almost into a supernatural realm, it starts to feel pretty culty, right? Like, I don't know. But then again, people can say that about mainstream religions too. They can, oh, you believe in a dead guy that came. Yeah. So like people can say that about Christianity or Judaism or, the Muslim. Like anybody can talk shit on anybody's beliefs. But for the most part, I think that if you use it to enrich your life and you use it to help people and help yourself be a better person, then it can't be all that invalid. So I don't know. But yes, there are plenty of weird cults out there, and I probably will cover more of them. But I'm covering, as you know, the Heaven's Gate cult right now. We're working our way through that initiation tape, and once I make my way through the Heaven's Gate initiation tape all the way to the end and finish that whole epic journey that we're going on together, I'll look into some other cults. But Scientology, I would say yes, is definitely a cult. But Mormons, I don't know enough about the Mormons, to be fair. I know that like what dude read it out of a hat or something, and like I don't know. I'm not even gonna get into that. In regards to the Epstein files, is there anything that's come out that's a surprise or worth talking about in your opinion? Are there any celebrities that you still stand with that were mentioned? I don't stand with any celebrities like that, Steve. I am not a celebrity stan. I'm not one of those people that worships or idolizes celebrities. I appreciate a lot of things that certain celebrities have made. I'll give you a fucking prime example. One of my favorite filmmakers of all time, and I have said it on this show before, is Woody Allen. He's made a lot of movies that I love. Annie Hall, Radio Days, the list goes on. Broadway Danny Rose, all kinds. He's made great comedies. He's made great dramas. I like Woody Allen movies. Is Woody Allen a scumbag? Yep, he sure is. You're never going to get me to go, hey, Annie Hall's one of my favorite movies, so all of the people that are saying that he did all of this horrible shit is lying. I don't believe that. I think that he's probably a big old creep and a big old piece of shit. But the Epstein files are worth talking about, obviously. Everybody's talking about them, but I don't want to. I have no interest in talking about them because I haven't digested it in any way that I feel is factual yet. And that's a lot of speculation coming out, a lot of, this person was mentioned and this person was mentioned, but I don't see anything like concrete terrible yet, and that stuff will come out eventually, and then it'll be worth talking about. But in the meantime, I don't have shit to say about it because it's not, I don't know, it doesn't interest me yet until it's completely factual. Right now it's all conjecture and just people like speculating stuff, so I'm waiting until it's fully developed. But yes, of course there's stuff worth talking about in the Epstein files. My point with my last thing was that's like exclusively what dude wanted me to talk about. Stop talking about the dumb shit you're talking about and only focus on the Epstein files, as if my goofy little comedy podcast is going to change the world just by covering the fucking Epstein files that everybody else is doing poorly. So, yeah, I don't know, man. That's just not my thing. I don't want to focus, because it starts getting political. It starts getting all that stuff, and that's all the stuff I want to avoid. I want to avoid being so divisive with everybody. I'm not trying to do that. I'm here to have fun, damn it. I'm here to be weird. I'm here to explore the universe of weirdos with you, the listener, the weirdo. But that's it for me, guys. I don't have any more feedback or questions. If you would like to contribute, like I said, planetwnba@gmail.com, jcraft247 on Twitter /X, Universe of Weirdos on Instagram. You can also stalk me and show up at my house to ask me a question in person. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. I will have you fucking arrested. Don't do it. Do not show up at my home. But if you see me walking down the sidewalk, you can roll down your car window and scream out a feedback, "I like your podcast, can you sing?" as you drive by. That'll be fine too. But I don't know, any way that you can get a hold of me, and I'll figure out some way to read your feedback and or questions. I'd appreciate some of your positive reviews and ratings and stuff, if you would like, on whatever podcast platform you listen to. If you can subscribe or thumbs up or 5-star or positive review, that means a lot to me. It helps out because it helps other people see the show, and it helps me become more visible to more weirdos, and it helps more people help me react to more weird things. It's just a whole cycle of weirdness. It's a universe of weirdos out there, haven't you heard? That's it for me, guys. I have nothing else to say to you. This is your last chance to evacuate planet Earth before it is recycled, and I will see you next time. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. See ya!